Playoff fever has immersed South Florida as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Miami Dolphins. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the former Washington Husky, here's Myles Gaskin. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Looking to pass. Tua. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he rifles one incomplete. Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, and you think about the man in charge, their head coach, this marking his first ever playoff game as the head coach, and you wonder what's going through his mind right about now.
Brandon, I think we both agree that he's had a great season, and we wouldn't be surprised at all to see him get plenty of Coach of the Year votes. I thought he took the right tone in his weekly press conference, though. Played it cool, took the reserved angle. And when you don't have the track record, I think that's the exact right way to do it.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And here's Rodgers on the return. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. After the sack, Wentz and the Colts, they're left looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On 2nd and 7, Wentz. He'll check this one down to Taylor. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it 3rd down. Wentz. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 42.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Wentz now to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 16. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Wentz going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Parker. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it. And occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Eluding the pressure right. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not all now joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
The Colts on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll fake the give to Taylor. Now Wentz. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz. To the right side, complete to Taylor. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now a give to Taylor. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Wentz going to throw. And that's caught left side by Mo Alley-Cox. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 36.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. Here's Wentz to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Now Tua. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Now thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Switch up. 58, boys, 58.
To throw again on second down. Tua, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
The Dolphins on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Dolphins on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Tua setting up shop to throw again. Throw, but incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Pilardi now on the punt as he sends this one away. On the return, it's Rodgers. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now a play fake. Wentz. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. That catch good for 5. It's third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 45. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. On Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So that now back-to-back drive CD that have ended with an interception.
I don't know about you, but I'd call my quarterback over, put an arm around him and say, hey, take a look at the scoreboard. We're playing with a lead. Let's be smarter about what we're doing out there.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. And this is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. They get this out wide to Gaskin. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Tua sets up to pass it. Flush to his right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. Here's Tua. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. 4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
On second down, it's Taylor. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Third and short to give to the tight end.
And he is going to have a Colts first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz being chased out left.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Michael Pittman.
46 yards. And the Colts are going to jump back in front.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead is now 10-7.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. Looking to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
58 for Mike, 58 for Mike.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. There he goes, right side. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind, going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Kylan Granson taking it in from a yard out. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Waddle will return this from the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Throwing again on second down. Tua. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Corey Willis. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Now Wentz. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley Cox, the tight end. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, now this from 43. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua, and his throw is incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Check 26, check 26.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
But the passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Tua on 4th down. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Tua now on 1st down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
I've never seen this one. It's 2nd down, and the punt team is out there. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A chance for Waddle on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off around the 41. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now 1st downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 38. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. A carry here for the big tight end. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Again, it's Taylor, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
A man who played college football here in the Sunshine State. It's USF's Marlon Mack. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. On the ground with a tight end. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. Tua. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want. Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays. Now Tua. Well, that's into the hands of Gesicki. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Tua to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there. Here's Tua. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one, but incomplete. That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. On the handoff, Taylor. Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10. They go to a knee here, and with that, it's on to the AFC title game. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now